Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All Things Middle-earth here with a quick video talking about an extremely broken tile taking method. I was looking at my channel and saw that my most two viewed videos ever were about tile taking, and we've not really covered that for 2.0. And while it is very different than it was in 1.0, there's actually a much more broken method you can use to take tiles literally without losing any troops at all. It'll vary depending on your account, which I'll talk about in just a second, but it is a busted method and you should definitely be using it when you start your seasons, throughout your seasons, all that good stuff, because it will make you an infinitely better tile taker in Rise to War. Okay, so starting out, the very first thing I want to talk about is the way that this works best, and that is with 4 commanders in your army. So if you are still leveling up your barracks and you've not quite unlocked them, if you're at 2 or 3, it still can work, 100% still can work, but it will be the most effective when you have 4 commanders in your army. So if you're not there yet, I'd consider pushing, but we're going to talk in a second about a scale to kind of help you decide how effective you'll be at it. But for the most part, for most players, you want to have 4 commanders before you do this. The next thing is the type of commander, and it's going to be damage commanders. Doesn't matter what kind of commanders, and I've kind of made this lineup here. I have another army I was going to use to show you guys, but it's like level 45 commanders, and I didn't think that was really as like, I don't know, just didn't think it was a good example because they're already leveled up. So I literally picked random commanders that I have at level 20 and 21. We have a Dune here, who is we're using her as an elemental damage commander. We have Boromir, who's a physical damage commander. We have Khamûl, who we're also using as an elemental damage commander. And we have Lurtz, who we're using as a physical damage commander. But they're not leveled up at all, or they're leveled up to level 20, and they have just 1 troop on them. Now, I'm going to show a live example while it's happening. I'm going to kind of put a graph on the screen to show you guys how this can work based on your account. Because as you saw, I clicked through and I showed you my gear there. My gear is not bad by any means. I've been playing this game for 2 years. I've spent money. So if you're brand new, it's not going to look like this. But I just want to illustrate how broken this method is and kind of give you a picture of what it could like for your account. So let's go ahead and send these guys in, and then I'm going to put a picture up on the screen to kind of explain it. I'm going to go after this 90 power tile because it's right next to my base. Again, I'm level 20. This tile is level 20. So kind of equally, you know, I'm not sending in my level 45s or whatever at a tile that's going to really overpower it. This is a 90 with 1 army that are level 20s. And then I'm going to occupy it, and you'll see that it is terrifying. So terrifying occupation, they have more of the total supply there. So we're going to send in, I want to put this picture up on the screen to kind of illustrate how this can work per account. So this is kind of a different a line graph here, and you can see there are 2 things on the different axes. First of all, we have gear on one side and we have respect on the other line. So your gear and your respect you have, the better it is, the further down the line you go, the more effective you can be at this method. But at the end of the day, if you are newer, if you have maybe not the best gear, as long as you're using the right commanders, you have 4 of them, you use 1 troop, you will have some success, and it will be better than losing troops taking tiles in any other method. So even the very baseline point for this is still broken in comparison. So here we go. We can see that Adune, the Adune-led group, again, all level 20, 21, we leveled up on Lurtz. I lost those 4 troops, but I was able to take out this complete army. And again, in the grand scheme, 4 single troops is nothing compared to the tile we just took. Now, you have these things in your commander right here, this heart. This is the HP of your commanders. So that might sometimes get depleted. You have to wait for that to kind of regenerate. That's the only thing that can slow you down, is if your commanders full die, you have to wait time, or if they're just low on HP, you want to make sure they're kind of maxed out before you continue going with it. But this is how simple it is and how broken the tile taking method is. And again, like I said and showed, it's going to be different per account. So if you are a newer player and let's say you have low respect, but you still have like 4 damage commanders. Again, these are not like high respected commanders that I have. So I do have the better gear on them. Khamûl's at 8. Lurtz is at 8. We have Boromir at 5. And who else are we using? We have a Dune who is at 6. So nothing crazy by any means, and it could go less. So you could kind of plot out my respect and say, okay, it's, you know, maybe a third of the way. You could say my gear is a lot better. So that kind of, you put a plot on the map and show kind of the effectiveness level of it. So your effectiveness might be more, it might be less, but at the end of the day, it is broken regardless compared to any kind of troop taking you do. If you were using troop commanders or support commanders or whatever it is, you will lose more troops. This way, you lose 4, you take the tile, rinse and repeat, and fill up your kind of tile cap very, very easily. So I wanted to make this short and sweet, so I'm going to wrap it up, but let me know what you guys think. If you've used this, if you've not used it, how effective is it for you? Let me know all that stuff down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.